In this daily drop, we're going to talk about when to push back a little when clients and potential clients are asking you for prices on projects. So let's go. Okay, here we are with yet another episode of the Daily Drop. I had a practical setup over here that I have been working on today, and I had some equipment failure that prevented me from finishing that. Mind your head there. Keep it clean. And so I figured that I wanted to talk about something anyway. This is the time to do it. Unbelievably to me, which is kind of shocking, and this just happened again last week, I had a potential client ask me, well, can you just kind of give me an idea, ballpark, what it's going to cost to do a video? Completely nondescript, gray. No, I mean, just kind of like an idea. I get it. You know, you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to get an idea of what something's going to cost. But the reality is, if you are in this industry, video production, you know that there is no paint by numbers. There is no, if I tick off 4 or 5 of these things, I have a price. Now, there may be certain parts of the industry that can do that. You may say that, you know, if you are a wedding cinematographer, a wedding filmmaking company, that you can create packages. And based on that, you would get, you know, this, and this, and it would cost you X amount of money. And maybe there's some small print or some line item there, or project terms that say it doesn't include travel, accommodations, per diems, so on and so forth. But there's never two projects that are exactly the same. And really what it comes down to is what I call red flags. You don't want to give a number to a potential or existing client. It's usually a potential client, because you need to gather data. You need to do your homework. Hopefully they're going to work with you to do some homework themselves, so you can actually figure out what it is that they're trying to accomplish. When you have a potential client, they're not necessarily telling you right off the bat what their company is. You might, I mean, look, if it's Nike or Coca-Cola or something like that, a brand like that, then you might have a pretty good idea of who the company is and what their brand, or as an umbrella, what their brands stand for, what their products are, and who those audiences might be. But part of our job is to be content creators. We're not the marketing department. We're not the brand strategists of a particular company. That's not usually what we're supposed to be doing. So what we need to do is take responsibility for getting a potential client to start talking to us about who their target audience or audiences are, what their brand stands for, help them figure out how to create content that can effectively reach that audience or audiences, as generally a call to action, that they're going to want that product and or service. So then again, if somebody's asking you for a ballpark price on something, it's really impossible for you to give them that. And if you throw out a number, it's just going to work against you. So the red flag is if they're asking you and you don't give them a number and they just keep asking you, they probably don't want to spend the time figuring it out with you. And it's really important to have a relationship with the company that you're working with. It's I respect what you're doing and I'm interested in it, and it goes the other way as well. They should respect what you do and spend time with you. For me, I spend a lot of time, non-billable time, putting together proposals and budgets so that they are the blueprints of a project. And that's really important to me, because then I can effectively execute that content that I'm creating for a client. So what I'm saying is, push back a little bit if people are just asking you for a ballpark price or what something's going to cost. Tell them, to send you an email or to set up a meeting with you so that you can go over the things they're trying to accomplish. They should want to spend a half an hour to an hour with you to go over that stuff with you. If they don't, that's a huge red flag, because if they are seriously considering you and your company to create content for them, which they're going to be spending money on, then they should be willing to spend some time with you to figure out what that content's going to be. There's never been a time when somebody asked me, just put together something for me, that it's ever turned into a real project without time and effort being put in from both sides. I hope that makes sense. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.